Today's episode starts with a bang as we receive a large delivery along with the help of Drew's parents, who come to visit all the way from Florida to help us with the heavy lifting of a few projects that we just couldn't seem to get going on our own. Like this 1,000-ton bag of river clay that we've been needing to get out of our bedroom, and the shade structure that we've needed done like yesterday.
Look at this room is going to totally change.
Oh my gosh, guys, we have a bedroom. Welcome back to our channel. If you're new around here, we're Brittany and Drew, two hopeful adventurers who got married and after 8 years of van life found our dream property and moved across the globe to Portugal, where we're now documenting the journey of transforming this historic watermill into our very first home, not on wheels. Now, let's take in a deep breath and let it out. Babes, it's the moment you've been waiting for.
Hello, Louise.
So this steel is going to be used to create a shade structure over top of this container. And the big idea here is for us to finally move the caravan down onto terrace number 2 and have the shade structure that will shade the container, making Drew's workshop cooler, will also be extended out far enough to cover the entire terrace widthwise, so that it will also provide shade over top of the camper, because our camper van is like a metal box with terrible insulation. We did not convert this camper van ourselves. It's actually extremely tricky to do that here in Portugal. So this was the best solution we could figure. I didn't think that we'd be living in the caravan for a second summer, but I'm just hoping that we're inside of the watermill by Christmas. So let's all keep our fingers and toes crossed, and let's hope that this shade structure doesn't take so long to build, because we need shade. It's usually 10 degrees hotter inside of our little easy bake oven. So this episode has been a long time in the making. I'm grateful the steel is here. You guys are here. Thank you for watching and for being a part of this whole journey with us. You make the hot days not so hard to bear, and the shade even more exciting to share.
Now we have to pick the right notch to get the balance right.
There he goes, suspended in the air. I love how he's using a eucalyptus branch to help spin it the right direction. There's a major lean on that.
Wow.
Like pointing right for the container.
He wants to get that thing lowered as fast as he can.
Yep, he's doing a great job.
Hey babe,
Yeah?
get out of there. Because if anything moves, it's gonna come at you. Come this way around.
Okay.
Well, I did say I wanted half the load down here and half the load up here, so I got what I wished for. It just didn't quite go down how I thought.
I know, right?
He said it was just a little bit difficult if we put the truck all the way down here. Our ramp just has so much loose gravel on it that the trucks don't get traction and they're just slipping and sliding, and he didn't want to risk that. So I'm glad we did what we did. It's metal, it's not gonna hurt it. Next, we gotta get all the panels hooked onto the crane and set securely right here in the grass. Hey, you're matching our panels today. was working extremely carefully and delicately because he knew my camera was clamped up there. I also wanted to mention the original silver steel pieces, those long sections, they're actually really greasy. See the grease on there?
Ew.
That's what I guess added to them just shooting really fast and flying when they were on an angle, and they just all released and went.
We're lucky there was like nothing, you know, important there.
They didn't puncture our tarp, did they?
Nope.
All right, good.
Everything's good.
Everything's intact.
Yeah.
So the main reason we had to have the steel delivered this way is because the steel sections are 18 foot long or 6 meters, which is too long to carry on the top of our truck legally because some sticks out in the front and the back. It's too long for our trailer as well. I had it ordered, delivered to their shop. They loaded it on their truck with the big old crane and brought it out here. It was much easier than me even having it dropped off somewhere up by a road and having to, like, I don't know, wheelbarrow it down or somehow makeshift do it. So, yeah. It's always good to have the friendly guys coming out too. I like supporting the local shops. And yeah, it took a few days to get the delivery from the South Coast up here to the mountains, and then these guys to deliver it out. So I just had to be patient with my project, which worked out because this week is quite a bit cooler than last week, and that metal gets so hot to touch if it sits out in the sun.
Time to get to work. No,
time to just chill for the day.
Yeah, we're not
part of the work
today.
Done. I might have to clean up my mess of metal though.
Shade coming soon.
Very important. Welcome back to the land. You ready to work today?
Yeah, I even got my frozen bottle that the top blew off.
Oh, you are ready to work.
Hey, good morning.
Good morning. Team work makes the dream work.
Absolutely.
Having Drew's parents visit is always a helpful treat, and while they definitely did their fair share of work, as you'll soon see, we decided to take it easy on the first day to catch up and enjoy each other's company on our land.
So you guys know we've been taking a lot of the things out of the house over the past several months in order to get access for the electrical, the builders, and with my parents here, we're keeping things organized. And so what that means is all the stuff that we've tossed out onto the back patio needs to be moved and put in places that we can get easy access to in the future. And right now we are taking all the bags of adobe that will be used for future projects, the bamboo, the Catarina tiles that we have that came out of the mail. We're loading them in the truck and hauling them up to the Grand Terrace up there. It's gonna feel really good to see all this cleaned up, so it's go time. Oh shoot! I give you this heavy one. Oh, I just ripped it. One of the issues with all these bags is they have holes in them from the little rats and mice and critters that were in the house while it was empty for several years. So we're kind of spilling and trying to rewrap them in other bags. It's quite the project right now. Also, some of the rain got to the bottom of them under the pallets while they sat outside here for the last couple months. So we're putting them up on the terrace to dry. It's kind of a big process today, but we're making headway. Man, that one's wet. That's a heavy one. Another red one. Those are some heavy bags.
And here we thought we were doing good.
You can see how powdery it is inside these bags, and it's just some of it's fallen out. What all this is used for is to mix with adobe in the future. It's a pigmentation that gives the entire mix color. We come from the bottom over there, past the Moinho, up our land, up the ramp here onto the Grand Terrace, and you can see we've been working hard to get a lot of things put in this area. Pretty soon, we'll be open for business and selling from our storefront here. It's actually our warehouse holding area. Just kidding, guys. But as you can see, all these bags, some of them have gotten really hard, the clay in them. Other ones are doing pretty good like that. Just there's multitude of colors. Like there's almost more like a yellow color, kind of an earthy tone. Chunks of rock and clay, gray, and of course, the white and red. Well, time to unload. Trying to salvage it by getting it out on a big tarp, letting the sun do its trick and dry it out. We poured some of the red pigment that we have that's pretty wet, giving it a chance for a second life. So we're gonna give it a shot and see what we can salvage here. Last night we went through before it got dark and any moisture got into the air and filled these big sacks. By saving these, our hope is that we'll have them available for projects in the future. Some really fun ideas we have ahead. And let's just say these bags are not lightweight. Come on, Dad. All right, I gotta go give him a hand.
It's like a big turd coming out.
Oh, look at that.
I'm putting the bags next to it too.
Yeah, and just even
So at least we determine if we want to keep them, that bag matches. Oh, don't push it over too far.
I know. Trying to keep the colors together. I mean, look how wet that stuff is. Just pure clay. Yeah, we can get broken up and dried, but I don't know. We're finding that if we smash these big chunks, they're breaking up back into the powder form and hopefully to be used in the future. The previous owner of the mill just said like how valuable these pigments are in the coloring to be able to use it into adobe projects in the future. So we're just trying to do what we can to salvage every material, all the things left over for where he stopped the project, and we can pick up and use all the natural elements that we have available to us. So this was a lot of work getting all these bags out here, drying them out. But one day when we use them in the future, it'll be really beautiful to have. Next project, all of these tiles, we got to load them up in the trailer, get them up to our warehouse space up high on the terrace, and Mom's back at it today.
That's right. We're getting the job done. No dilly-dally.
Nope, no energy going to waste. We're making progress.
Like putting a puzzle together. Big puzzle.
You're doing a fine job. The back side of our wall over here is going to look cleaner than ever.
Some of you might be wondering, where is Brittany in the midst of all of this? Well, someone's got to edit these videos for you guys to enjoy each week, and hopefully not melt in the heat because of it, which is why we are so grateful for the sponsor of today's episode, Coolify, the inventor of the personal air conditioner. This is the Coolify Cyber, a stylish year-round body temperature regulation device that has adjustable temperature settings, keeping you cool on hot days with its fan and cooling options, and warm on cold days with its heat therapy. It provides powerful, high-speed airflow. You hear that? And with the smart app control, you can adjust all the settings without having to remove the device from your neck, which is so convenient. It also has an auto setting. So based on the ambient temperature and your body temperature, it will adjust the settings, which right now it's really hot in here and I am cooling down now that I have the Coolify Cyber on. It also supports use while charging, so you never have to be without your little personal oasis. And it's crafted with adjustable silicone. Plus it has anti-hair pinching design here, which I very much appreciate. But whether it's for travel, outside work, camping, walking, use in the gym, or use in your office, plus the carrying case makes it super convenient for you to take it wherever your adventures may guide you. And right now, using our link below and the code GIFT at checkout, you will receive a 10% discount. Now, let's get back to all of the hard work going on out there. The sooner I get my work done in here, the sooner I can go join them.
We're all back at it out here for another day on the land, and Mom is hard at work sorting out all the mismatched tiles that have been sitting in this massive crate where we did the stone steps project and the retaining wall. So we want to get them removed from this entire area, and so she's our official sorter, and she's going through picking the different shapes, sizes, colors. Is there any strategy, Mother?
We got little ones, we got medium ones, and we got large ones. And then I need to put them in this bag over here And I'm trying to put the square edges along the sides. I don't know if my theory will work. When they lift it, it might just be a mishmash of everything, but at least we got a strategy.
We got Nelson coming back soon, so once we get everything into these bags over here, he'll be able to take his excavator and just lift that whole thing up, hoist it, and drive it to where we want it. Probably on the Grand Terrace up there. Look at that, down to the bottom of the bucket with all the tiles.
I got a few more to file here, but then we got the other crate over here.
One over here.
These are cute. Mom's been doing an amazing job sorting through all the tiles, helping us keep the good ones. I think we're gonna use them to cover the secret back patio eventually. Slowly but surely. We couldn't do it without them. Truly, I don't think we would be doing it without them. So it really helps to have some extra hands. We've had these here for a year and a half now. It's gonna feel good to have it cleaned out.
It's been a very long time coming, so that's what's great when my parents come to town, that they kick us into gear and help us to quit procrastinating and take projects that are just kind of pending and kick them into high gear.
Oh, that's nice. Look at that.
We've been saving all the slugs.
Yeah, some of them are like seriously pasted on there. Like they suction cupped themselves.
Oh, there he is.
There. Oh my gosh, he's big.
Oh.
Check out Gary the snail.
Oh man, he's cemented on there.
I know, but they're still alive. He's still gooping in there.
What was that? Man, I'm really putting you guys through the ringer. Next, we're gonna move all the tiles that Brittany and I once put in the house, the guys brought out, and now we're gonna load them into the truck, get them up and out of here. Couldn't do it without you two.
Is this the job promotion I was talking about?
Yeah, you went from little tiles to big tiles.
Awesome. I'm excited.
I think Dad was scheming on that idea. Were you scheming?
No.
Yeah, you were scheming.
I was just trying to get things done.
Dad's in all right brain thinking that anything illogical doesn't make sense.
He has no artistic ability.
You can just make 3 piles yourself on yours.
You guys want to know something funny? My dad actually got a D in art class. Can you believe that?
Hey, stop that. I was a clay maker. I did good.
No, he's actually a good photographer. Oh my gosh. Got a little bit of a moment. We heard a sound, the tailgate opened, and everything went flying.
Sounded like a bull in a china shop.
It sure did back here.
How did that open? Just gave way?
There might have been too much pressure against it.
Yeah, maybe it wasn't latched all the way. I don't know.
Not latched, yeah.
Are you in 4-wheel drive?
Yeah, I mean, look at the steepness of this incline right here.
Whoa.
at all the buds. Those are gonna be great in about 2 months from now. So it's another day out here on our property, sun's a shining. We did all of our prep work for the project at hand, and we're gonna be building the shade structure over our container awning today. Luckily I got my dad here, teamwork. The idea is that the container will then be shaded once all of these beams are put up over top of it. We're also planning to move the camper van down to the spot right here and be able to park next to the container, because as the sun moves throughout the day, the container will aid the shade on the side of it, along with this massive structure that'll be up above it. It's gonna extend out what we think about 1.5 meters, so about 4 foot off the backside to create some storage area. 2 meters on this end, 2 meters on the other end. And then out here, it's got to come the 3.5 meters across the terrace, and then it's actually going to extend out what we think like another 2.5 over top of the grassy area down here, which will build a bit of a deck. Because if we park the camper here, what's going to happen is you park, open the door, you're gonna step right off a drop off. So it's really important that we create an area in which we can enjoy our camper and not have to put out the awning. We're a little bit concerned about the level of wind down here, but hopefully we can prevent that by making some type of wall in the front of the container. But that'll be kind of, once we get things dialed in, we'll start working on that. So coming from the US, we're so used to using 2x4s and plywood and wood to build everything. And here they use steel for most things along with concrete. If you've been watching our build episodes, you know concrete is the main ingredient to many things. But in this project, we're just gonna be using steel. So I picked up this handy dandy chop saw in which it spins at like a slower revolution, allows us to cut the steel nice and clean and fast rather than using a grinder. So this is just part of the prep work we got set up last night so we could get working on the job quickly this morning and make good headway before it gets too hot midday. What do you think up there, boss?
We need a taller ladder. Us short guys can't get up there.
I got a big ladder. Let's go pick it up.
You know, we need something to get
up and over. All right, just grabbed a couple more pieces of our steel, loaded them up to be cut. Hey boss, I got one complaint.
What?
Why'd we set up in the sun? Look at all this shade right here.
Hey, I can't figure everything out.
We got little oil drops to help with going through the heat of the metal with the drill bit. Hit it. So we've been walking around this morning trying to figure out how we're gonna secure the metal to the container. We need anchor points because when the wind really gets going down here and the weight of the whole structure, it needs to be connected really strong and hold up. So we have anchor points at each of these ends and top corners of the container. I think that's gonna be the trickiest part. What do you think is gonna be the trickiest part of getting this all together?
Digging the holes over there in the rock.
All right, that'll be your job.
I've never dug in rock.
We do have to make some holes down here on this lower terrace to be able to put footers into, hold up what will be the deck, and then support the awning up here. It's kind of hard to envision right now, but...
Not Florida with sand.
No, it's definitely not Florida. There's a lot of rock around here, and we got to also make sure that we take in consideration these big rocky walls that are on these terraces, that if we are to put any footers up here or down on that edge, that we don't dig into those humongous rocks and that whole wall built up. But I think we got a good plan.
I think we're getting there. 37?
Yep.
37, 55 in it.
Tell us your genius trick to cutting the threaded bar.
You got to put 2 nuts on and cut between them, and then you take this over top of the cut threads, and then it'll go on okay. Oh, I didn't take it off.
Oh.
See, I already goofed.
Because what happens when you cut these a lot of times,
you got to straighten it out.
Flare the edges of the metal, which makes it impossible to put the nut back on. But if you have it on before, you can easily just spin it and remake the grooves.
Yep. So we got to take that one off.
Just like that. The nut remakes those grooves, and then you pop it back on there. That's why it really helps having him around.
1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 2 more.
These were the anchor points we were talking about before, and these are the cuts of metal that we've prefabbed with holes on each side down into this hole, and the one on the outside here will sandwich into it with that threaded bar lining up into that area. That way we can grab onto it with some type of wrench, and then out here sandwich it all together, and it should really lock onto this container. All right, we got to get this through both pieces. Let's hope the holes are aligned.
Ow!
It doesn't fit.
We're just off on this side.
Oh.
This is where the problem with 3 pieces of steel.
Yeah.
We're just going to ream it out.
One drill coming up. There we are.
Okay, we still got to cut our spacer for here.
Yep, a little piece in there. We got our spacer inserted right here. Careful not to damage the threads when I'm tapping it there.
So you make sure your nut is out just beyond the threads.
Yeah, that way we're not damaging the point.
Go ahead and tap it. You're good now. Really good. Good.
Feels like a success right there. You happy with that, boss?
I'm happy with that one. Now we go to the
Other end.
other end.
So this piece of steel right here is 6 meters or 18 feet. The piece that's gonna go here, that's gonna extend 2 out past our 6 meter container, is 4 meters. We're gonna do the same type of, I guess, structure and connection point here onto this anchor point. And then our idea is we have a short piece here that we've pre-cut holes for that will sit and connect the 2 long stretches together and make them nice and secure. And we'll do that on the other side of the container as well. We've been putting a lot of thought into this and kind of bouncing ideas back and forth. That point's in, that point's in. Everything's lining up good here.
Good. Okay, next one.
Yeah.
Okay, our only questions now, when we go to do these other ones on here, we're gonna put the L brackets, but which way are we running those?
Here we
You
go.
should be hanging without bending. There we go, pull-up time. Don't exhaust your energy.
Save it for the project. All right, that's strong. All right, back into the mill today because the next job up is something we've been procrastinating and not wanting to do for a long time. We thought our builder guys were gonna do it, but because mom and dad are here in town, we're gonna get to it. And that's that massive, huge bag of material that was brought by the previous Dutch owner. And we're gonna get that out, hopefully today. How long do you think it's gonna take? I definitely think it's gonna take more than an hour. It might take all afternoon.
I thought it was sand.
All right, into the mill we go. Let's suss this out.
I've moved 6 yards of rock in an hour.
And there she lies, the big whale we gotta move. That is a serious ball of clay. Look how hard this is. Like, you can chisel it apart when you start breaking up the rocks, but this thing's been sitting here for probably about 10 years, and it was set in place before this room was actually built. All right, 1% powder.
We're going to cut some squares out. We're not cutting the whole thing open.
Yep, just so we can reclaim it up and get it out.
The there could be a point where this thing just falls.
Yeah. So after a little more observation, we realized this is a single pallet. Like this ball of clay is 1,000 kilos or 2,000 pounds. Maybe it's not as big as we think, and we can get it done in record time.
Yeah, because it took so much time.
All right, just to make sure things are done appropriately, we'll set a stopwatch here. Start.
1 hour?
We even built you in a buffer for setup. Is this the order window and this is the pick up your order window?
Yeah, we're trying to figure that one out. Yeah, is there a way we should do this?
Oh, that's pretty powdery right there.
It's all powdery. Move.
Look at that. Look at that.
You acted like it was hard. I mean, everything we...
Well, the sides where it's ripped are really hard.
I mean, you know, I don't call that bad.
No.
You're holding the job up.
I am holding up the job. The previous owner actually put it here in hopes that he was going to use all of this material mixed with the pigments and colors we've been drawing. That way he could do all the adobe work and plaster the walls throughout the entire mill. But obviously we didn't go that method, but we want to preserve all the materials we have for a future project. We don't know when that'll be, but no reason to throw this stuff away because maybe it's worth a lot to us in the long run. 2 buckets. Well, we're getting there. You can see how hard some of these chunks are, but as soon as you start chopping them up, they turn back into powder. Halfway full, halfway empty?
This is one of those ones you're looking for halfway empty.
All right, we're 29 minutes in.
Yeah.
Better get mush on it.
Stop slowing us down.
Yeah, get your butt in here.
Would you like a water drink?
No.
I just have one.
Looks like we got 3 full bags.
Victory.
Whoa, that's the original.
They want to know their time. What is it? A minute and a minute. 1 hour and 17 minutes. But you got one last bucket. Come on, guys. You gotta beat 120.
What about all my TV timeouts?
I can say my mom moved 1,000 pounds today. How many people can say their mom moved 1,000 pounds?
Go,
An
Mom.
hour and 20 minutes.
Look at that muscle.
Thumbs up for Mom. One of a kind.
Here.
Yeah, yeah.
Look at this. This room is going to totally change.
Oh my
Wow.
gosh. Guys, we have a bedroom.
Yeah, you moved that dirt out of our bedroom faster than I could have ever imagined. There we go. You know what I've got on my mind? Is when our construction guys come back,
So true.
they're gonna be like, who moved that? And you know what I'm gonna say? My mom.
We put the tools away.
And we gotta reward the workers with something nice and cold. So we've been showing you everything Portuguese around here. These are the mini ones that all the farmers drink. And
Farmers.
Cheers.
and all the workers. So cheers, let's pop these.
Baby bear
Cheers.
size.
Yeah, I'll open it really quick for you.
They're not twist off?
No.
He built in
Bottle opener into our container. Cheers, guys.
Cheers.
Cheers. Teamwork.
Love you guys. Thank you for coming here and helping.
And that was a
us.
slave
I
driver.
know.
That's all right.
Well, we also have a nice evening planned for
We
tonight
do.
too. So
Mom's favorite
Celebration.
restaurant that she remembered from last year that she was longing to go back to. So that's where we're headed next after some showers and cleanup.
can't wait.
I'm excited.
Me too.
All right, you guys really earned your dinner tonight. And we got live music up here. Oh, your potatoes look good.
Your potatoes look good.
Oh, it's beautiful. Wow.
Thinking pizza, picture my pizza.
Oh, it's so gooey and ripped. It's really hot.